Alright, what's up y'all, it's LakerFan here. As y'all can see by the title of today's video, we're here to discuss what is the difference between a park player and a stage player in NBA 2K21 current gen. So I hope y'all enjoy the video. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on the noties, all that good stuff. Let's try this 1-800 likes. And without further ado, we're gonna get straight into this. So as you can see, we're obviously starting off with the park commentary. We're gonna get to the stage after this. We're starting off with my boy Dope. Now he is gonna be on a primary slasher, secondary sharpshooter, so the one that only gets the Hall of Fame finishing badges. And I'm on my pure lock as well. So this is what I would like to call the old head play style and the park play style, so to say. And we're also gonna be playing against people who obviously are not the greatest players in the world because they're in the park. It's just the natural tendencies of this. So you can see we're playing against an All-Star 3 and a Superstar 2 right here. Play shot, glass cleaning lockdown, pretty much you're going to run into at all times. Substitute that for a paint beast, you guys get the deal. It's usually just a pure red at the big and then a play shot at the point guard spot. So we're coming in with a completely different play style right here. And then in the stage gameplay, you're going to see I'm hooping with Kitchen, who's going to be on the play shot, and then I'm on this two-way finisher that I am right here. And we'll just compare the play styles of what we're playing against and how we're playing as well as my team. So you're going to see first and foremost a whole lot more of just the big man doing whatever he wants, kind of just freelance and just, you know, moving around, doing all types of different stuff. It's not uniform movement. It's all just kind of unorthodox. And you can see he's trying to speed boost glitch. He can't get it off. Ends up shooting a contested shot. I get the easy rebound. Dope ends up missing in the corner as well because his build only has like 76 three-pointer. Again, what we're starting off this video with is just showing you guys kind of the novice playstyle that you see typically when you play the park. And I'm not stretching the truth by any means when I say that. It just is what it is. You typically are playing much higher level competition when you're playing the stage, just for all types of reasons. A, because people who are playing stage actually want to play comp, whereas in park it's kind of, I mean, you've seen it typically where people are dodging comp in the first place because they're just there to have a good time. I mean, it's just the casuals who are hooping with their friends or just their online friends as well that, you know, they don't even know too well and they haven't built a lot of chemistry with, or they're just not as good on the sticks. And now there's definitely gonna be people on this video that are hating on me. They're like, yo, Lake, I'm an old head and I play with my old head friends as well, and we be getting dubs on the park. I understand all of this. And you're even gonna see in this game, it's me and Dope playing in a completely different way than what you're typically seeing with the meta 2v2 or even just the meta of this game. Dope probably didn't even hit a single speed boost glitch in this entire game. Now you're gonna see a lot of unorthodox buckets from ourselves as well, where off this inbound, I'm gonna pass it to Dope. I'm diving straight to the hoop, and then the big man manned up on me is way too slow to keep up with me. Now, I can tell you right now, any competitive player or anybody that plays twos on the stage is probably going to make this switch right here, where the point guard would drop back, big man switch on to Dope, at least temporarily, to take away this lob right away, because again, this guy cannot keep up with me. It's about as simple as that, and he's just never going to be able to pay in anywhere in those lanes, and it's just going to be a tough scene. Now, I hit him with that twice. You're going to see they finally do it on this one right here. And then you're going to see my awareness of like what badges I'm running and stuff like that as well with the Heart Crusher. It's got this point guard down bad, bro. Like this dude, I've already stole the ball once. I got a block as well. And it's got the point guard on super cold. Now you can see this little spin dunk right here. Big man doesn't even know it's coming. Honestly, I don't even have much repetition on the current gen with doing that move either. So long story short, you can see the difference in the play styles. And then again, boom, doing that lob cheese right there. Dope gets a wide open three off it because the big man's drifting down with me to try and take away the cut because he's just focused on me as my man, and the point guard's trying to get the switch off. Again, a lot of this, it's not me bashing anybody who plays in the park. I don't have any problem with you guys, and you guys probably look at me as a complete nerd for even caring about my record or caring about which one's better, like park or stage. At the end of the day, the people who play this park stuff probably don't care very much about the game or winning or losing or just their record in general, or who they're even playing, whether it's competition or not. But as you're gonna see right here, this guy is just down bad with the cold right now. Can't really get through the screens very much, not really speed boost glitching, and then obviously he's just having a tough time with his SIGs. Ends up airballing right here. I honestly feel bad for him for that airball because this one, I mean, it was 4% contested. He still got a slightly early on it and barely mistimed it probably, and he still airballs it. That's definitely a tough scene. Now, you're gonna see on this inbound stuff, a lot of times, these competitive guys, when we play in the stage game, they're going to be way more on that stuff, whether it's the dexing and stuff like that from the big man hedging up, or you're going to see him deny ball from me even more because he's just harassing way more. And then you're going to see right here, boom, go for the contact dunk. Again, This is not me bashing the Park players by any means. I know a lot of people are probably annoyed with how I'm commentating this video in the first place. But more than anything, this is me just shining light on how the competition levels really do vary when it comes to Park and Stage, and how Stage is really where you're going to find a lot of the fiends and the sweats who are really taking the game extremely seriously and not just hopping on here and playing casually or anything like that, and, you know, taking it extremely seriously. So right there, he finally hits a speed boost glitch, ends up shooting a semi-contested shot. I was definitely in the vicinity but didn't get a very good contest on that. And the big man gets the rebound over Dope because we get the switch, and then he ends up going right back up with it. 6-16. You could see they still are buried though with like the fact that this point guard is on cold. You really need to be able to get the Showtime dunks off and stuff like that to help that too, and really they're just not in a good spot for all this to happen. You can see we get the full switch off again. Now point guard's kind of lost, goes to the Big's gonna try and work out a little bit, and then Dope ends up defending him pretty well. I drop down, point guard doesn't even shoot the wide open shot, then gets himself even screwed over that much more with another heart crusher of getting blocked. Then Dope's wide open off the switch because the big man's not trying to switch out. He's just camping paint. Point guard's stuck near me because I just got the block on him and he's fiending for trying to come guard me. Honestly, you can see a lot of this is just bad communication, bad stick skill, and then obviously, you know, not exactly executing in the right way either. So now Dope gets the slash takeover, ends up greening from the top of the key. Again, this is with 76 three-pointer too. My man was over here actually shooting pretty decent. I mean, 4 for 8 is definitely not good, but at the end of the day, still going 4 for 8 with 76 three-pointer is pretty solid for playing this game. So now we're going to switch over to the Stage gameplay, and we're going to show you the difference in the play styles and just focus more on how comp gameplay and really just people that know what they're doing function differently. All right, now one thing I do want to mention is there's even more levels to this stuff right here. So you have the Park players, then you have Stage players, then you have comp Stage players. Now, I myself don't even play in the comp stage too often. I definitely did at the beginning of this 2K21 stuff and a little bit toward the end of 2K20 as well. But in the comp stage is even higher levels of competition. Now this right here is just casual Stage gameplay. It's kind of funny how, like I said, there are levels to this stuff. This is just walking into the stage, playing whoever. Nobody's in like super like clans and just souped up with like everybody trying their hardest and really devoting their whole life to it, honestly. I mean, that really is what comp stage is to some extent, is just a lot of people put in a lot of hours to be good at the game, and they play against the same types of people. Honestly, they even have rules to this stuff of like what builds you can bring in and what badges you can run, etc., stuff like that. It's definitely a more confined, it feels like a league more than anything. Whereas open stage, it's really just anybody do whatever you want, because at the end of the day, who cares what randoms or just strangers think of how you play or anything like that. And really, you're gonna see this right here like 5 times out of 5, 10 times out of 10. I mean, it's literally just gonna be pick and roll, speed boost glitch. How are you gonna defend it? So you can see right here, Kitchen barely, he ends up getting caught reaching. That's obviously a very obvious thing about what's going on right here. But I am nowhere to be found on the hedge defense right there. Honestly, I try jumping out wide open. It's just always going to be like that. It's real unfortunate. And you're going to see a lot of times too in this game, in this gameplay right here, where contest system is a very evident thing as far as how this current gen stuff works, and how really I saw a lot of people talking about how like this build that I have, they were quote unquote calling it garbage because my screens aren't hitting. I'm not gonna be able to get my point guard open enough, etc., etc. You're gonna see in this gameplay why I really am not even worried about that in the first place, especially for 3v3, where honestly, I feel like buckets are pretty free, where dudes just give up wide open 2s anyway, and you can just get the Showtime dunks. Really is what it is. So you can see he ends up with his dribble picked up right here. I don't want to fight over too much to this right side, because as soon as he passes this, he might be able to just hit the slip, and then I would be way too high up here because I was overplaying the passing lane. So we're just playing this a little bit safe, especially with the shot clock how it was too. But then I give up free box right there. That was just way too easy. Now you can see this is actually a very big thing I want to talk about. So you're going to see they end up getting the green off that, and then the point guard just ends up getting the jump shot right back, right? Now this is where I want to talk about the difference between this comp stage, or really just stage in general, versus Park. A lot of your bigs are going to go straight back up with this, because you see that he has position on me, he has positions so low-key on Kitchen as well, but honestly they don't even care about that double team right there. They're just gonna go straight back up with it, because that's just the life of a casual. I mean, they really don't care about like any game stipulations or how the game works, or whether or not it's a risky play to actually go up with that dunk right there. And really it's not that risky, but a lot of these bigs are just going to put it straight in the point guard's hands, let them do their thing, and they're going to play their role and just strictly play defense, not do anything out of the ordinary to sell the game or really, you know, ruin their point guard's day, because at the end of the day, these guys are 6'1" with no defense for a reason. They come out here just to play offense, and you can see right there, another time where we just get that switch off right there where I have to step up on the point guard. They get the switch. Kitchen is still 6'5", but he's still way too small to guard this guy. And then boom, just easy standing dunk. It is what it is. So now again, a very big difference is going to be the movement. Now I know a lot of people are going to be on this video talking about, bro, you're tripping if you think nobody in the park hits any speed boost glitch or anything like that, or isn't consistently greening their jump shot. I understand. I'm stretching the truth a little bit when I say any park player is going to play like the guys that we just played against, or flat out, to not even use those guys as an example, just play like a bot. They're not all going to do that. However, I will say the tendency of playing people who don't speed boost glitch, or people who can't consistently time their jump shots, or aren't making the right passes like that one from Kitchen right there, honestly, it's through the roof how much more you see that on the park than the stage, at least in my experience of playing the game recently and just what you see in all types of these sceneries after playing both. Now right there, you're gonna see beautiful decks right there from Kitchen. I mean, that's just part of the game too, especially when we're coming back on this current gen stuff and we are completely out of the loop of, you know, running perfect offense and Kitchen being flawless of his dribbling and shooting, etc., stuff like that. Like for instance, not getting the shot off right there, it definitely is tough. So a lot of times we're coming out here using the decks of just where I have the ball in my hand and Kitchen runs around and I try and hit him with my dimer and floor general. We're trying to make amends for how we're just a little bit more rusty on the game, myself included too, of my screens, my slipping, all types of stuff like that, reading the backside defender, you know, even like when we're dexing and stuff like that, I'm still a little bit rusty with that as well. Honestly, this next gen and current gen gameplay could not be any different. Now look at this right here. This is exactly what I'm talking about too. Look at this is the epitome of the sweats of the sweats. So you can see this guy doing everything he can to keep positioning on this inbound, because I keep on doing this push-up emote to actually get the little speed boost right here. Now, I don't know if other people do this too. I know I was a 100% originator of this back in 2K20, where I would do this push-up emote and it would give me this speed boost right here on the inbounds. And I honestly haven't seen a lot of people do that other than myself, but I gotta say, of all the sweatiness of sweaties, it's literally that right there. That is just the perfect example of how this stage stuff, you find all types of dudes who just know about stuff like that. So right there, point guard ends up double teaming me for really no reason. Kitchen gets the white to go in right there. A bit unfortunate for them, but I don't think the PG really needed to drop by any means in that situation. So boom, 10-11. Now I want you to pay attention to this possession right here. For all the people talking about how this build is too small, not gonna be able to set good enough screens, etc., stuff like that, this is the perfect example of why I'm not even worried about that in the first place. So I already get in Kitchen's way already. Like I kind of bumped him, if anything, and it hitched him up a little bit in getting open. Now you can see speed boost glitch, boom, just like that. Two defenders are already devoted to try and guard this, and this guy gave up a little bit of ground to the left. It doesn't matter. Boom, he is just gone to the left, and just like this, he tries and jumps, only gets a 6% contest. You're gonna green that any day as long as you're timing the jump shot well. And that is the one beef that I really have with this game is it's a bit hard to stay in front of people. That's obviously a given. However, it's understandable that that's part of the game. That is the stick skill of being a lockdown in this game, is being able to stay in front of people. Now, the real problem, in my opinion, is the fact that you cannot get shot contest higher than probably 30%, even if you're right in their face. That is what I really dislike about this game, of just how this is already a super dominant offensive game, where that shot right there is very easily made. That's just him smoking the jump shot and missing it, simply put. Now right there, boom, Kitchen off the catch and shoot, green. Like I said, with the play shot of just having 90+ three-pointer, all types of shooting badges, and these dudes really just having the repetition of like knowing their jump shot, etc., that is a very hittable shot. Same with boom, the sharp takeover off the dimer with floor general, having 93 three-pointer, like I said. I mean, it's just huge. And I have such a beef with the fact that it's so easy to dribble in this game. Look at how he has to pay respect to Kitchen on the three off the decks, and he ends up going in for the cut. But real quick, I want to pause it just so my attention can be 100% devoted to this. With how dominant the dribbling is, and just how ridiculously hard it is to get shot contest, and how easy it is to shoot the ball, it's just really a tough scene, man. But again, you can see I go off of this going in for the drive right here in case that he did have to respect the three-pointer way too much and stepped completely out of the paint, and then I just go in for the dunk and Kitchen would keep fanning out to the corner right here. Or if he ends up respecting that jump shot too much, boom, Kitchen hits the cut. I mean, that is just beautiful ball right there. But I understand a lot of people, and this is exactly what I'm talking about with the difference of the stage and the park. A lot of people in the stage would call you weird for playing like that, hitting those cuts, hitting the dexes and stuff like that. I understand that too. I mean, don't be wrong, it definitely is a bit unorthodox and outside the box when it comes to scoring on offense. But at the end of the day, people in the park, they see that as good offense. They see that as like, or the old heads, I should say, would see that as good offense and being like, dang, I mean, that's a good play right there to be made. At the end of the day, this is what I'm saying. Stage is very uniform and very precisely put, and everything needs to be scripted the right certain way and pick and rolls, etc., etc. In the park, it feels a bit more freelance and a bit more random. At the end of the day, a park player could be the stage player. You know, it is 2K at the end of the day. You can still have a good day and the other guy have a bad day. Now, one thing I've picked up on too is my scoring in the stage is so much more minimal compared to my scoring in the park. Now, I don't know if that's because people in the park are hedging high. I would think it's the opposite, to be completely honest with you, where I see a lot of people in the park, they just be chilling, camping the block, camping the paint on defense, and me having like setting screens, etc., stuff like that. At the end of the day, it might just be that the fact that Dope doesn't have a very good scoring build, and I'm getting a lot of rebounds and putback dunks and stuff like that, or I have my takeover, or I'm doing more freelance things because I actually feel more open and that I'm not selling the game if I miss, because at the end of the day, with a lot of the park situation, really, if we miss a shot, we can still get the ball back most likely. In the stage, honestly, man, with these play shots playing the way that they do, it is really tough if you give them the ball, and you know, once that happens, I mean, you're kind of down bad. Like after that, where these dudes might just go on a 21-0 scoring run on you and you just have no say in it at all. So maybe it's just that I feel more free when I'm playing park and I do more freelance stuff, and I feel more inclined to actually insert myself into the game a bit more, whereas in the stage I don't want to sell the point guard out at all, where Kitchen can get his own shots and still perform well. And one thing I'm gonna definitely mention too is we came across a team like this as well, where yes, they are high reps, but the dude came in with a 68 overall post playmaker with slash takeover. I mean, this is literally the epitome of dudes grinding builds or just playing for literally whatever reason. I mean, these guys are not coming in here expecting to win every single game. That's pretty much how I'm gonna put it. And again, same with me and Dope. I mean, I'm coming in here with Dope on a like pretty much almost a pure slasher. I mean, at the end of the day, he can still somewhat shoot. He has that 76 three-pointer, but he only has gold shooting badges. He has Hall of Fame finishing badges, and I have a build that literally cannot shoot the ball, and I'm already undersized as well. So we're coming in here with the knowledge of us probably losing the game. Now, you can see, I mean, they're over here literally trying to like get badge points too with a flashy pass. I'm guessing he might not have even had enough badge points either. And then you can see, I mean, these guys for the whole game pretty much let Dope just shoot the ball, and it was kind of bad. We'll just fast forward through this because I'm not trying to show an entire gameplay or anything like this. But as you can see, I mean, the point guard is cold. He has 4 points. You know, it's literally 4 to 19. I have 7 rebounds, 5 assists. The dude, like I said, was cold. I have 2 steals. I mean, at the end of the day, this park stuff, you can see Dope with 22 shot attempts. I mean, this park stuff is so much more casual than the stage, where if Dope misses over 10 shots in the stage, I guarantee we don't win. It's as simple as that. And then the last example I'll use is these guys right here. So this is all in one run. Like I'm talking, this is like the same exact session of me and Dope playing. You can see 75 overall, Pro 1, Pro 2, whatever he is, play shot. They got 2 play shots at that in the first place. And I mean, honestly, he might even be on a pure sharp for all that matters, but you can see it's just a much more casual experience. And again, shout out to the people who do play casually, because you guys are a huge basis of this community. And at the end of the day, if you're getting the enjoyment out of the game that you want, of just playing and hooping and making shots and, you know, not caring whether you win or lose, then props to you. At the end of the day, dudes like me shouldn't even be playing in the park in the first place. And me and Dope kind of acknowledged that after this run too, where even if Dope is struggling to shoot throughout the whole course of this thing, it's really kind of weird for us to be playing park anyway, where obviously I'm trying really hard to win. I'm trying my best on defense and thinking a little bit. I'm literally like strategizing that inbound play that I was talking, where, you know, I would go for the lobs and stuff like that. Dope knowing what he's doing with like the showtime and stuff. It's already good enough to win in the stage regardless. So anyway, if you made it to this point in the video, like the true end, put Dope in the comments to show your support man all the way through. Again, let's try and get this one to 800 likes if we can. And other than that, hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy, man. Peace.